Mm-hmm.
What about all this?
All right, I think we're live.
Here we are.
All right.
City Manager Kenny Martin and our special guest Parks Director Rocky Lee. How did we get such a big guest for my first time hosting, Kenny?
Oh man, I don't know how we pulled off such a big, huge celebrity like Rocky
It
Lee.
just goes downhill from here. Well, if anybody's wondering about Captain Tyler Chandler, he's going to handle police stuff, and he's given me the duties to handle this live with Kenny. Not as good looking as Captain Tyler Chandler, but that's why we got, Rocky Lee here to tell us.
Right.
Great. So we make up for looks with him. So that's how we're doing.
Okay.
How's everybody doing today so far?
Doing great. Doing good, buddy.
Doing fine. It's a beautiful day out there, nice and warm.
Now, this Christmas parade it's right around the corner. It's Saturday, 11 o'clock. I know the city staff has been working year round to make sure that this is a good event. I guess we'll start off with you, Rocky, since you're the brains of the operation. You're judging, you're doing the PA on Saturday. We got the weather clearing out first and foremost, which is certainly good news. Might get a little bad Friday, but it's looking like we're going to have another great Christmas parade Saturday at 11.
Yeah, we got some good news from Captain Chandler just a while ago. He's in contact with National Weather Service. It looks like the bad stuff's going to be out about 3 a.m. Friday night or Saturday morning. So, I mean, the good Lord knows when we're going to be going. We always try to keep in touch with him, let him know when the parade's going to be going off. And we've always been blessed with that. And with having Kenny on our side, too, it never hurts.
Oh, yeah.
We've been busy putting up our stages. We put 2 stages up at the clock tower. The parade will be going off Saturday morning at 11 o'clock. It's going to be a big one. We have 85 floats right now, and with a big line of about a 30-minute line of dignitaries that will be coming out. We're going to be represented all over Wilson County at the dignitary line.
So I'm showing some of these maps, Rocky. If you can kind of tell people about the layout, they can get a visual, kind of know what's going to go on Saturday.
Yeah, we're going to be coming out of the Mount Juliet League right there at the ballpark right there. The dignitaries will be up at the baseball side. That's where they'll all come in. The parade, the floats will be entering off of Lebanon Road down by Publix, coming in the back door side, really, if you will, of the ballpark. And they'll be lining up there. That will be on a first come, first serve. They'll be going out in the order they come in. We will be doing small bios because they will be broadcast. This parade will be broadcast on Wilco TV. I think Lauren Breeze and Teresa will be doing that. So anybody wants to come back, it'll be taped. You come back and watch the parade later. And it will be giving the bios on all the floats coming through. But the team's been busy all week putting this together. Well, really for the last month or so. We've been busy. I've got a great group committee that puts this together. We had to move the time up to 11 because of North Pole Express. We were going to go at 1. North Pole Express is coming through. So to keep anybody out of danger, crossing railroad track stuff, we said come back at 11 o'clock. But then that brings us back at 3 o'clock. We'll be doing the Brother Chuck Workman and Shiloh Baptist Church have been really going hard. I met with them this morning down there. If you haven't noticed, right there at the clock tower, they put up 2 Christmas trees. They get donated every year. This is the second year they've done it. It's a great tradition they're starting. It's going to be the city Christmas tree lighting. We're going to be doing that every year. So get down there. They're going to light the tree up at 4:30. But prior to that, Brother Workman and Shiloh Baptist will be putting on some Christmas music, some Christmas. They're putting on a really good show. They've been working really hard, and we'd like to thank him and his team for what they've done. And prior to that, we'll be doing the Christmas tree lighting. We've got a lot of stuff going on right now, so I'm going to be yakking for a moment. But the Christmas lights across Mount Juliet has been going on for the last, 2 to 3 weeks. The Parks Board, Mount Juliet Parks Board, has been doing a really good job on that, promoting that. They've been out judging since Thanksgiving, judging these lights. We've got 100-something entries. We're giving out 6 awards on that. So the winners, if you've entered this, you need to come to the Christmas tree lighting because between 4 and 4:30, we will be announcing the winners and handing out your gift certificates and your little yard signs and stuff that you can display at your yard.
Kenny, I know you're not part of the judging, but can you tell us how good some of these houses have looked as far as what you've seen out and about, everybody getting in the Christmas spirit?
Absolutely, my friend. And we want to thank all the folks because we know these moms and dads and their kids have worked hard and putting all these decorations up. And, I put a certain amount of decorations up myself, but it pales in comparison to some of these, the work that these folks do and the passion that they have for Christmas. And we just want to thank them. We had a BPAC walk this past Monday night, and we had a lot of our residents come out, a lot of city employees, our BPAC committee came out and walked through some of the subdivisions. One in particular was Jackson Hills, and there's some absolutely beautiful houses out there. Shows a lot of Christmas spirit. We really appreciate that. We need that. I mean, our country's been through a lot the last couple of years. Mount Juliet's been through a whole lot as well with the tornadoes and all. So it's just good to see that Christmas spirit coming back out. And these folks who put all this time and effort in. And I just pain at the simple thought of thinking about where you store all these lights and all these decorations, and then to have folks that bring them out, once a year and put them up, put all this hard work into it. We're just most appreciative. So we encourage our residents to get in that Christmas spirit, to get in your car, especially after hours, drive out through a lot of the subdivisions like Willoughby Station and Hickory Hills and Jackson Hills and places like that. And, and let folks know if you're walking through a neighborhood and your neighbors put some lights up and they look great, let them know because it makes people feel good. So I appreciate the fact that we put these maps out there that where folks can go out. I appreciate the people that are participating in the program, and hopefully that little small recognition that we give them to the award, to the winners. They're all winners, but you got the top three, I guess it is. And we just want to tell them how much we appreciate them. We need this. Our kids need this. With all that they see that's negative in the world some days on the news and social media and things of that nature, it's just good to have some Christmas spirit.
And Rocky, you can see the map. We posted it right here of all the different lights. Even if you didn't participate, don't have them up yet, or really didn't want to be competitive with other households, you can take your kids and your family out on a slow night and you can go check out these houses and let me tell you, all 100 of these are worth checking out too, because if you're willing to enter the contest, I mean, your lights are looking good, and we've seen plenty of good ones out there. We have a ton of categories, too, for people to win that might be interested next year, right, Rocky? And
exactly.
Second straight year, we've had more than 100 participants enter this. That's pretty solid considering, the kind of world we live in today where it's just tough being out and about and people are worried about their safety and whatnot. But people are all about this parade and the Christmas tree lighting and decorating their house.
Well, there's been a lot of buzz, and every one of those green spots right there, those little pins on your map, if you will, they're worth going and looking at. These people have put a lot of time and a lot of money in, and every one of those dots is it's worth the drive to go look at this. And it's just, and there's 6 or 7 categories that they'll be giving prizes for. One I know is traditional Christmas theme. One of them is the Patriots theme. One is the Griswold Award. One is the Parks Board Award, and then there's the best commercial and best non-commercial. So there's several awards being handed out Saturday.
Hey, and Justin, I want to file a complaint real quick, if you don't mind. I mean, I know Rocky's over this program and they've worked hard, but I submitted my Christmas light, decorations to be considered and at least be pinned, where people drive by my house and look at them. And Rocky said that just wasn't a possibility. And I don't know, it seems sort of hurtful to me, but he said my display was awful.
I heard he couldn't get to it because he needed a code to get to your subdivision.
Yeah. Is that what it was? A gate code?
Yeah,
that's what it was. Yeah.
Well, then there's a moat with a drawbridge to get to the home,
Yeah, that's the excuse he made. Hey, we got the vice mayor just walked in for a second. I'm gonna get him to pop his face in and say Merry Christmas.
There goes the camera.
I got the vice mayor here with me, and he's gonna pop.
Terribly sorry.
He's gonna pop in the house.
There he is.
Hi, everybody. I don't know how to get over.
Hey, we're live. We're doing our Christmas special because of the Christmas parade. We got the vice mayor here with us today, guys. He popped in to visit.
Ray Justice needs no introduction. Hey, congratulations on your daughter getting baptized.
Isn't that awesome?
I
was very, very proud. And she got baptized last night at Joy Church. And they had 11 others also got baptized. So.
Hey, we will say this too, though. I want to say this. This is very vitally important. We were very proud of his daughter, but we're also proud of his sons because I know that one's in some military training right now as we speak. And if not for young men and women like this young man doing what they do for our country, that's why our parade is the patriotic themed parade this year, is because we feel like our veterans and those that serve our great country deserve recognition every day. And that's why our parade is themed very patriotic Christmas. Ain't there,
And,
White?
and hey, can all three of you speak to that? I know last year we had Back to Blue parade. This year we have a patriotic theme parade.
Kenny wants me
With
to
my
say.
background, I absolutely love that we're giving these heroes their respect. And like Rocky said, there's going to be more than 40 grand marshals there that are veterans from Wilson County that, let alone, you need to show up for and support. Can you guys just speak to why it was so important for Mount Juliet to use this platform to show them the love and respect that they deserve today?
If it weren't for these guys, you couldn't be doing what we're doing today. And everything we have today is because of these guys. And these guys sacrificed. Their families sacrificed. And you think, hey, they're going over for a year or two, but it's not. This is life-changing stuff these guys go through, men and women. And, I mean, we owe them all the gratitude in the world. And I don't think we can do enough for them. And that's just the way we feel here at the Parks Department.
Thank you, Rocky. My son is in Mississippi. He is going through, it's called the BLC, which is a basic leadership class. And that is actually happening as one of the prerequisites for him being promoted to sergeant. And so he's down there until, I think they said, the 23rd of December. So he's gone all month. I asked if he'd done it on his Christmas shopping, and he said no. So I'll get a list of stuff that I'm going to have to buy on his behalf, I'm sure, before he gets back. But Rocky, I had missed this, and Kenny just kind of walked up and said, "Here, sit down. I got to go."
He gave me this.
Yeah,
he's everywhere.
Oh, yeah, got a flag from Kenny.
That's right, buddy. That's right. Don't you forget it.
The Christmas parade, and they are talking about some weather issues coming into. And I apologize if I'm jumping in the middle of something y'all already talked about. But are there any plans?
I think we're looking good.
We just got word from Captain Chandler from a National Weather Service. It looks like by 3 a.m. Saturday morning, all the strong stuff's going to be gone. And we're just going to have drizzles here by the time we start staging, with it clearing up somewhere around 9 a.m. So we're looking good. The only thing we got to get through right now is Friday night. It's from 10 to 3. That's when the bad stuff's probably coming through. Yeah, but yeah, we're set to go. Like I said, we got to hook up with a big man, and he takes care of us when it comes to parade time.
I was going to say, so basically what that amounts to is God loves Mount Juliet, which we already knew that, obviously.
Right.
It's God's country.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I just want to say this. You know, we had time to prep for this and put our makeup and stuff on, right? The vice mayor, look how good he looks without even having to do any makeup.
Yeah, okay.
He just comes in and sits right down, man. Looks like $1 million.
Yeah, okay. You're
Hey,
still
Vice Mayor, Vice Mayor, before we lose you, somebody that's new to the area, we have a ton of new people that move here to the great city of Mount Juliet. Why should they not sit on the sidelines? Well, actually, why should they get on the sidelines and come to the parade and be a part of it Saturday at 11? For somebody that's new to the area.
You know, I'm going to tell you something that I have noticed about Mount Juliet, and people are drawn into it. One of the things that we have going here, we're very exclusive in the fact that we are the only city in the mountain, in the nation, and actually in the world that I'm aware of, named Mount Juliet. And there's a lot of history that belongs here. But when people move here, there's an atmosphere, and it starts at the top. And when I say the top, I'm talking about Kenny Martin, our city manager. We're very fortunate and very blessed to have somebody who loves this city and shows it every single day when they come in here. And that starts, and it goes down through the ranks to Rocky and you and Andy Barlow and our department heads, the city police, the love for our city that very few people get to experience in other cities throughout the United States. And it's one of those days when that love is actually just stuck out in the middle of the road for everybody to enjoy. So when they come out there and they see the big smiles, those aren't smiles that just happen, one day a year. That's 365 days that we love our city. And I've lived here my entire life. I'm 59 years old. Well, it feels kind of odd saying that, but I am 59 years old, and I've lived in Mount Juliet 59 years. And I cannot tell you how proud I am of the job that you guys do in the city of Mount Juliet. and that Kenny does on a daily basis in the city of Mount Juliet. And I can't tell you how proud I am of what we've been able to accomplish since our coming to existence 50 years ago. I think our anniversary is next year, Kenny, if I'm not mistaken.
It is
December
plan.
of next year is when we were actually incorporated. And it's 50 years of history. We don't have a lot of that history. What we've got is very rich and it's beloved. And so we want to experience that and throw it out for everybody to come out and enjoy it tomorrow, or I'm sorry, Saturday at 11 o'clock. We got a lot of candy we're going to be throwing out. And we get to also at the same time that we're celebrating the birth of our Jesus Christ, our Christ, we're going to celebrate the existence of the veterans that allow us to have these parades. So looking forward.
Rocky, can you touch a little more on what the parade route's going to look like as far as where it starts and ends, and somebody's maybe sitting at City Hall or anywhere on North Mount Juliet Road? How many floats they're going to see, what kind of floats, and who all is going to be represented off the top of your head? I won't ask you to name all 80.
We're going to have 85 floats coming through.
He's got the Christmas parade flyer in front of his face.
Yeah, that's fine. It looks a lot better like that.
It's on purpose.
Hey, we'll be coming out of Mount Juliet League Park. That's where we'll originate. We'll come down Lebanon Road for about a quarter mile. We'll take a left. Anywhere along North Mount Juliet Road, you're going to have great seats. You're going to have a good place. We've got a lot of places to stand there, and it'll go all the way down to East Division. The parade will take a left on East Division by the clock tower and wrap up there. That'll be the end. It's 2.5 miles long, so there's plenty of room. Everybody's going to be represented. The high schools will be there. All 3 high school bands are going to join together and be what they call is one happy band. So all 3 high schools are coming together, which is novel there. For all 3 of them to be together. Also, we'd like to thank Two Rivers Ford. They give us 8 trucks. They donate 8 brand new trucks for our dignitaries to ride in. And they're pretty cool, aren't they, right?
Yeah, I'm very, very, very pleased with what they have done. And this is a tradition that Two Rivers Ford has always provided the vehicles for us to ride in. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Representative Susan Lynn is going to be in the parade this year, which she always, tries to come and join in and support our parade. I think County Mayor Hutto, I believe, is scheduled to be in, if I'm not mistaken, Rocky.
Yes, sir.
So there will be a lot of representation from around the county and around the city. And I think Chief Luffman's going to be here. And his beautiful wife, I hope, will also ride.
Star power.
Do I?
We'll just keep adding to our life.
Get over the back of his shoulder. Look. Hey,
well, look at there.
Jill Luffman and Chief.
I'm in his ear.
You are in my ear.
I have the ear of the commissioner.
He is in my head.
Goodbye.
Yeah. I was actually talking to the pastor the other day about an exorcism to get Jamie out of my head, but
Good luck with that. And Rocky, I think it's also pretty cool. We have a safety meeting tonight and tomorrow, just to make sure everything goes off as smooth as possible, just to know that everybody's going to be as safe as possible and all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed.
Well, those will be at 6:30 tonight or tomorrow night. If you can't make tonight, we'll be available 6:30 tomorrow night. And that's really what it is, just safety to go over the floats, just the protocol that we have in the parade. We want it to be a fun and safe parade.
Any last words you have for us before we let you go and get into Kenny's business and developments and updates? Any last pitch for somebody to make sure they're at the Christmas parade outside of, weather's going to be great so that you don't have that excuse anymore?
Yeah, you're not going to have excuse.
No, I'm going to turn it back over to Kenny.
And hey, just come on out. It's going to be a great parade.
Well, we thank you and your park staff and everybody that's been involved, that had the smallest hand and the biggest hand as far as helping out with this parade. We thank y'all Saturday, and we hope that y'all get rewarded for your hard work with another big crowd on Saturday. So we'll see you Saturday. Well, I'll see you at probably like 5 a.m., but the rest of us will see you at 11. All right. Thanks, Rocky, for all you do.
Thank you guys for all you're doing.
Thank you guys. Appreciate you.
Look at that.
Kenny Martin.
Hey, look, from beautiful to ugly, just like that in a moment's notice. Hey, I wanted to give a shout out to our vice mayor before he leaves in the commission, because they're so supportive of the staff and for the city, and you can see those efforts all around our city. I know sometimes it's hard to realize just how blessed we are with all that's going on right now in the world, but we are very blessed and thankful.
Kenny, any last words? And amen to that. Any last words you have on the Christmas parade before we move into your updates and businesses and developments?
No, I'll just we're hoping for good weather. You know, a lot of folks were asking us. We're getting a lot of calls because we understood the weather was supposed to be bad, so we're sort of trying to play it by ear. We came real close. I was talking to the mayor about possibly bumping the time up, but there's a train that actually comes right through the heart of Mount Juliet, right in the middle of the parade. So he and I were talking earlier, and we had talked about possibly bumping it to 1 or 2 if we had to. But it looks like with this most recent weather report, we won't have to do that. So we just want everybody to come out and have a good time. There's plenty of parking along Mount Juliet Road. There's tons of sidewalk. You can set up anywhere there. There's even benches and handicap accessible places for people to, you know, to sit along the parade route. And we just want everybody to have a good time. It's going to be a beautiful weekend. I think it's going to maybe be in the 60s on Saturday, maybe the 40s on Sunday. And we're just hoping for good weather on Friday night so that nobody's having to clean up any debris or any kind of damage on Saturday morning.
That's awesome. And if anybody have any questions, you can always ask us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, any of our avenues we can do our best to keep you up to date on any schedule changes or what to expect with the Christmas parade. We'll blast that out all week long to make sure that everybody is in the know. All right, so now I guess the next block of this live with Kenny, any updates you have for us? I know it's been a while since we've done a live with Kenny. We want to kind of do these and make sure it's well worth everybody's time. What kind of updates do you have for us this week as far as exciting developments here in the city of Mount Juliet?
That's right. Well, first and foremost, I want to thank the citizens that continue to shop small and shop local, especially this time of year. We get that, you know, that traffic in particular is pretty difficult sometimes in Mount Juliet in general, just simply because Mount Juliet's a growing community. And, you know, in Mount Juliet, it's sort of like the crossroads. You've got 70, you got Mount Juliet Road, you got 40, you got 840. I mean, you got all these crossroads that come through, and we're right on the cusp of that. So as a result of all the growth that's outside of Mount Juliet, we have to deal with that traffic and also with our own traffic. So we understand that and we sympathize, and I want the citizens to know that our elected body and our staff's working extremely hard. The majority of roads in the city, as far as your big main corridor roads like 70, Central Pike, Mount Juliet Road, of course, and 40, those are all state and federal roads. So we have to work closely with them to get those projects rolling. But I can tell you that our city commission set aside $40 million that we're utilizing as we speak to go towards things like environmental right-of-way design, engineering, utility relocation, and things of that nature. And so when you look at doing a road, there's just so many different things and variables that's involved before you can make it happen. And you can tell that with 109 and other things. They never happen as soon as we'd like for them to, but they happen when they can. And when you think of roadway projects all across the state of Tennessee, we're not the only city sort of requesting through the state and other folks to help us with some road projects. But where I'm most proud of is, unlike a lot of other communities, the city of Mount Juliet puts a lot of skin in the game. Even though these aren't our roads to maintain, they're not necessarily our roads to help widen, the city of Mount Juliet says, you know what, we understand we're using them as well, so we're going to put skin in the game because that helps expedite the process. You saw that with the bridge widening at 40. That was a partnership between TDOT and the city of Mount Juliet, and you've already transitioned to that new side of the bridge, which, by the way, the part that's been completed so far looks absolutely awesome. So it'll come in quick order now to get the other side of the bridge upgraded. Won't be near as difficult because those beams and things of that nature are already in place. It'd be a matter of repaving, adding that new bridge barrier wall to match the bike lanes, the sidewalks, and of course, then the decorative street lighting. So hopefully come spring, all that'll be nearing completion and you'll have just a perfectly open road there. And it doesn't seem like much, but that one lane is going to make a big difference. Another reason for recent traffic holdups is that we had a traffic crash. And unfortunately, there was a driver that had ran off the road and hit one of our traffic control boxes at probably one of the most key intersections in the city of Mount Juliet, and that's right there at Adams Lane and Providence Parkway or Belinda Parkway. When that happened, that box started malfunctioning, and thankfully it didn't get knocked out entirely because we would literally be still standing there today with an officer manually directing traffic in the roadway. So it malfunctioned, it created some traffic issues. That's since been fixed. The box has been replaced. But when those lights, to give you a reason why it's so important, when one goes out because they communicate with one another, then they all start malfunctioning. and it becomes a bit of a malfunction junction. So we sympathize, we understand, we're listening. I just want our citizens to know that we do care, we deal with it as well, and that the last thing we want is a bunch of unnecessary traffic. But when you live in a growing community, you're minutes outside of Nashville, Tennessee, and you're one of the most desired places probably in the country, if not the world, to live. It's Middle Tennessee in general is that place right now, and Mount Juliet is one of those places. And so if you think about all around Mount Juliet, Tennessee, everybody's growing and people are coming. So we created a secret sauce, and what's happened is people have found out what that sauce is, and they're moving here from all over the country and beyond because they want to live in the Middle Tennessee area. It's a happening place. The downside of that is that we're probably having to share some of these roadways with a lot more people than what we used to. So we're working hard. Our engineering department, as a matter of fact, we'll be meeting with our city elected body in January to prioritize road projects. I envision those road projects being a Western Connector, East Division widening, Old Lebanon Dirt Road widening, probably some work along West Division, and of course South Mount Juliet Road 70 and places like that. Justin, your mic has quit working. Hopefully you can hear me.
I think I'd be better than that. I'm the rookie here.
That's okay.
Any other updates that you have for us?
It is. It is. And one thing good about growth, I get it. When growth comes, sometimes it appears that somehow or another, that I just like things growing all the time. I've worked for the city. I'm entering my 33rd year. So I love the city. When I first came here, I was the 5th police officer. Of course, now we have a huge police force and lots of other things. So there's blessings and curses with growing. But the blessings is that when a new development comes in, a lot of times what they'll do is they're required through our elected body to upgrade roads. And here real soon, probably within the next 6 to 12 months, you'll see the current Adams Lane that goes down along parallel with I-40 off of South Mount Juliet Road. You'll see a big portion of that go away and be rerouted through and connect with Providence Parkway and come out a little bit further up Central Pike. The good thing about that is it'll be a much better road, a much safer road, and it's being moved and relocated because we're making that road's going to be relocated for the Central Pike interchange that ultimately gets added. So getting that done on the front end, getting people used to using it now is a major blessing for our city. So there's lots of activity going on. But as a result of this growth, when new roadways are added, that opens up opportunity for new growth. So here real soon, I can say this, but I can't let too much out, but it'll probably be public record here real soon. There's at least 2 retailers that our community has been asking for years, many years. And I hope to have an announcement, or our mayor or elected body hopes to have an announcement soon on what those will be once that information gets out. But it's very exciting news for our community because it'll keep our citizens from having to go outside of our community, and not have to drive as far. So true, you might have to deal with more traffic here in the city, but you won't have to drive as far. So it's either a push or you'll actually save some time. So excited about that. Can't announce those right now, but I can tell you that it's more news to come. But what I can tell you is about a few businesses that I can speak to that's coming to our city. Big O Tire will be coming to Lebanon Road, real close to Burger King on Lebanon Road. That'll be a new development. It'll actually be built in a spot that needs development. It needs to be upgraded. So that appearance-wise will look better. Everybody sees that the lot at the corner of 70 and Mount Juliet Road's been cleared for Whataburger. That'll be starting here real soon. Just beside that'll be a new Camel car wash, which is it's not a self-serve car wash, it's a full-service car wash similar to the Wash and Roll over on Blenda Parkway across from I guess that would be Jason's Deli. You'll have a new Wash and Roll car wash going in over there. You'll have a new medical practice going in over there as well. You've got Legacy Point coming in, which is the big, huge land clearing that you see out on Golden Bear and 40. That's going to be mostly Class A office and medical, which is really good for our city because it enables our citizens to have those medical services in their own community without having to travel outside their city for that. Very, very excited about that. You've got O'Reilly Auto Parts under construction on 70. They're nearing completion. That was a redevelopment. If people remember, or our citizens remember, that was an old self-serve car wash that had become a little bit of a haven for hanging out and vandalism. It's gone now, and there's a brand new state-of-the-art O'Reilly Auto Parts there. So that was an upgrade to our city. There's a Pep Boys looking across from Hardee's on Highway 70. They've submitted to the Planning Commission. So hopefully we'll see some movement on that real soon. That'll be a good development as well. I think that's something that's really needed in that area. There's a Med Court retail development that'll be coming on 70 at Med Court, which is very close to Advanced Auto Parts, if you're familiar with that general area of Mount Juliet. The Cadillac dealer is approved for the Paddocks development up at close to 40. They're just waiting on some of the building costs to come down a little bit before they start construction there, but that deal is done. It's been approved through the Planning Commission. It's been approved by General Motors and Cadillac. And of course, the franchisee or the dealer, which is Mr. Nelson Andrews, will be starting that project here real soon. Providence Central Development, which is the one you see from 40 over in the Providence area, that's going really, really well. I've seen a lot of land clearing. We got the clock tower fixed. I know there's a lot of laughing about the Back to the Future because it actually got struck by lightning, which blew up the control panel. And with supply chain issues, it just took a while to get that part in, but it's functioning properly now. So we appreciate everybody's patience with that. Heritage Medical is going in off of Pleasant Grove Road across from Rocky Williams. That's another medical facility that'll help our citizens. And then there's just so many other exciting things going around right now. And if you've looked next to the Christmas on Mount Juliet, you'll notice that there's some building going up there. That's a new Dunkin' Donuts that's coming to downtown Mount Juliet. And then most importantly, something that I'm most thankful and excited about is our new fire station on Highway 70, which is right beside Green Hill High School. It has started construction. You're starting to see that building go vertical. I'm excited for our citizens, for their safety, because the biggest part of any fire station is actually not the fire trucks, because that's a small percentage of what the fire department does. It's actually their medical personnel, their EMTs, their paramedics. And Justin's got a little picture of that going up. That's not only going to enhance medical capabilities for our city fire department, it's also going to enhance ISO ratings and hopefully bring those down, which helps a lot of residents with their insurance. So I know that's a whole lot real quick there, Justin, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. But there's another picture. But my hope is that we can continue to support these local businesses, because for folks to invest in our community, we have to support the businesses we have. And I'll leave you with this, Justin. You were able to participate in one of these meetings. We were working feverishly right now to try to bring family entertainment to our community. In other words, if you can think of family entertainment as far as bowling centers, skating rinks, things of that nature. We had a meeting yesterday with 2 prospects. We're working hard as a city to try to recruit them to come to our city. The most important thing is when you recruit somebody to come to your city, you got to hope that they invest in your community. And we're having meeting after meeting after meeting. We're going to eventually make that happen. And we just encourage folks to continue to be patient with us.
Absolutely. Kenny, answer just a couple of questions we have here in the comment section before we move to new developments in business. Let's see. Cat Bird says, I'm new to Mount Juliet and hope to attend. Where would be the best place to park? I'm thinking she's referring to Saturday's parade. What would be the best place to park for her?
You can park at City Hall if you'd like. We've got some parking here because the City Hall parking lot is a really good location if you feel safe about that. You can also park at the train station, which is on East Division Street. There'll be a lot of extra parking there. And then you can stand in the area or sit your lawn chairs up in the area where the clock tower is. That's a good location. Maybe down around the Mount Juliet Middle School and Woodland Place. I think that's a good spot. Anywhere around a traffic light is good. And I'll tell you why, is because once the road closes, if for any reason you had to leave, you want to position yourself, if you can, if you think you might have to leave for some reason, at an intersection to where you can go a back road that could get you away from the main road. So really anywhere along the route is going to be a great place to sit. If you're looking for a less dense area, I would probably say somewhere probably around the library.
Some pro tips right there, Kenny. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Chad Grindstaff says, maybe I missed the answer. What time will 70 be closed in the morning on Saturday?
That will probably be last minute closing set. Well, that actually probably be right at 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
It may be just a few moments before that. And the reason they do that is they try to let that traffic get out between there and Mount Juliet Road. But since the parade starts there, I got some good news for Chad. In the future, probably once the Stoner Creek Elementary and the West Wilson Middle School gets rebuilt, hopefully we can go back to using that side lot, and that be the staging area where we do the parade again in the future. But of course, once the tornado hit and it damaged those 2 schools, that became a construction zone. But Chad, we should be shutting the road down literally just before 11 o'clock. They try to do that last minute so that we don't have to interfere with traffic anymore. We can. But if somebody's coming down 70 and you see the road blocked, you can either go down Curd Road or Golden Bear, and it'll take you and run parallel, and you can get yourself back to East Division and beyond and bypass Mount Juliet Road during that time frame.
Mount Juliet Police Department says 10:45 a.m. for road closures.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's Captain Tyler Chandler. Thankfully, I can do this now with you, but I think he misses us, honestly, Kenny.
Oh, he misses us,
That's
man. Hey, you know
fine.
what?
It's part of his
And I know
routine.
we've got some work to do. It's a couple of rookies today. I mean, I can just tell that the flow and I mean, the captain's out there. When he does stuff, he's top shelf. We're still learning the ropes here.
Yeah.
We would have been holding cell phones up to the screen if Captain Chandler had been there. We'd have had some actual prepared visuals.
I've had like 10 graphics that have covered the face of Rocky Lee. So
That's
let me get
exactly
some
right.
credit.
So it's a work in process today. We've sort of been set free by Captain Chandler to get out here and do this on our own. And I think it's turned out pretty well. But I have to admit, it ain't quite what it normally is.
We got some work to do. That's more than fun. I like a challenge.
That's
Avery
right.
Campbell says, how soon is that expected? I think he's mentioning the two businesses that you're teasing us on for the last couple months. Do you know?
I do.
If there's a timeline you can give us?
Yeah, real soon. I'm hoping that I know for sure, I believe one of them is on the December Planning Commission agenda. If it's on the Planning Commission agenda, then it'll probably be public because normally they'll list the business that it is. And there may be a lot of people that don't get excited. There may be even some that's bummed about these businesses coming. But from an economic development standpoint and a convenience to our citizens, I think both of these new businesses, which will only bring other businesses like more upscale restaurants and things of that nature. I'm not a big axe thrower. I've used an axe a lot around the house, but I do know that we've got a little family entertainment business coming. We've had a lot of requests for this, and it's actually a business that has food and things of that nature, but their primary thing is just let you go in and you throw. It's axe throwing. My son and daughter-in-law and other people have been to it. I haven't been to one, but I think that's another perfect example of a small entertainment venue of giving folks an opportunity to do stuff here without having to drive into other cities that are outside of Nashville. And those are the things that I feel like is a responsibility of ours. Just for example, it's like park expansions. We're going to be doing some upgrades to Mundy Park and some additions there. We're going to be doing the park that's on a new park that's beside the Victory Baptist Church, which is on Tate Lane and West Division Street. So you're going to see a lot of things starting to move forward between now and spring of next year. So I'm really excited about the spring and summer for starting to unveil some of these new things and looking forward to some of these new businesses. For example, I've heard a lot of people, you may like Whataburger and you may not, but I think it'll be a great addition to our community.
Everybody loves Whataburger. I've not met anybody that doesn't. Jennifer Hamlin, our executive city planner, says it is December 15th is the planning commission meeting. So stay tuned to all of that. For anybody,
can she confirm, since she's monitoring, if those two businesses are named in that planning commission or if only one of them's been listed?
We will wait for her comment.
Yes.
I don't see it yet. Surely she's still with us. We're keeping the hundreds of thousands on this.
That's right.
City manager Kenny Martin.
That's right. That's who we should have had on here. We should have had Miss Jennifer on here because she's in the know. But it's exciting, and I get it, and I understand, and we're sympathetic that a lot of folks want Mount Juliet to be what it was years ago. But even if you'd have tried, that probably would have been impossible. So what our focus is we have a motto at the city of Mount Juliet. It says, "Where the past is cherished, the present is enjoyed, and the future is bright." And there's some very trying times in our country and in our world right now. We're all still dealing with this horrible pandemic and the Delta and Omicron and you name it, and we've got folks that are sick. And as a matter of fact, we've got some employees here that have spouses that are still in the hospital and have been in the hospital for many months, and we're just glad that they're okay so far. It looks like they're going to make it through okay, but we still got a lot of battles out there and we need all the positives we can, and again, with inflation concerns and shipping supply or supply chain issues and things of that nature, we all know what's out there, especially as adults. So what I'm encouraging is for more kindness. I know it sounds hokey, because what our kids need more now than ever is a sense of normalcy, a sense of feeling like everything's going to be okay. Can you imagine being a kid and some of the things you're hearing and seeing on TV that you might not clearly understand, but you understand enough to worry you? I can't even imagine that. I've got grandbabies, and of course, most all of our children are grown, and it's a worry of mine. I worry about it, so I can only imagine if I was a kid. So I think the more we do to create normalcy for our children and for ourselves is just good for the psyche. And so get out there and go shop with your local retailers, shop those mom and shop businesses. At least go in there and take a look around, thinking if you're in a restaurant or a grocery store or fast food. I was at Captain D's the other night. For whatever reason, we were craving that, and I was getting a big old family pack, and there was two nice young teenagers behind the counter. And I made sure to love on them and thank them for the fact that they were there. You know, they were very thankful for me being a customer. And I said, no, I want to thank you, because had you not been here and not preparing the food and somebody shipped it there and got it there, we wouldn't have been able to take that back to our family. So that's a biggie. And you will see people beam with enthusiasm and appreciation that you're thanking them, because everybody matters and what they do is vitally important.
Amen to that, Kenny. Jennifer Hamlin said they should submit on December 15th, public record then. So
Is that both of them or just one?
It sounds like both of them when she says
Okay.
they. Avery Couples asked, is that both of them on that date or just one of them? I would assume it's both of them, but even if it's one or two, I think that's something worth looking forward to on December 15th. Moving on now, Kenny, we don't want to waste too many people's time. We've been on here for a long time. New developments and businesses, you got anything for us there?
No, I think just other than what I covered before, Providence Central, Legacy Point, all the new individual retail businesses that we talked about. And we're all for the new businesses. But again, I want to focus on making sure that we support the local businesses. They need it right now because they're the ones that's actually open. But the Christmas store, the Dunkin' Donuts, Jeremiah's, the O'Reilly Auto Parts, the Pep Boys, these two big businesses are going to be coming here real soon. We're excited about that. Those are good things for our community because they add redevelopment. But probably the biggest developments is going to be Legacy Point and Providence Central, and a lot of activity along Golden Bear Parkway. And it's the kind of activity that I think is complementary to what we already have and what we envision for Golden Bear. Nothing too heavy, but some beautiful developments, built to beautification standards and our building requirements, landscape and things of that nature. So pretty excited about the future.
Another thing I want to mention, Rowan's Toy Drive, the second annual Jingle Java Toy Drive will be December 9th, which is today, from 4 to 6 p.m. at Rutland Place. You can enjoy hot chocolate, coffee, and pup cups at the pet-friendly event. Again, that is at Rutland Place. Saturday, once again, 11 a.m. is the Christmas parade. At 3 o'clock, the festivities with Shiloh Baptist begin at the clock tower. We have the Christmas tree up there. If you want to know more information on that, on our Facebook page, we talked with Chuck Workman today, their pastor there, who's building an outstanding church and doing a lot of great things there. Also, Kenny, we are certainly praying for everyone on Friday night for the severe weather that's supposed to come in. Fortunately, we won't have it during the parade, so we can have a great parade, but especially in this area and this history, and really all of Middle Tennessee and anybody impacted by tornadoes, we will certainly be praying for a good bill of health and safety late on Friday night. Kenny, anything else that you can think of that we have not discussed? Other than that, our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram will have plenty of stuff on the Christmas parade that is, once again, Saturday at 11 a.m. We'll have that throughout the week, stuff at all times of the day, just to make sure that you are inundated with as much information as possible to make it easy as possible to get to the parade and leave and make sure everything flows pretty good.
No, I think that's it. I think I'm just wishing everybody a great December, an absolutely awesome Christmas as we enter 2022. Hopefully, we can start getting some of this other stuff behind us. I just encourage people to keep their chins up, keep shooting for the stars. Know that we're here to help them in every way. If there's things we're doing great, let us know. If there's things we can do better, let us know. But never hesitate to reach out to us if we can be of assistance. And just know that we're out there working hard to make Mount Juliet even better today than it was yesterday, and even better tomorrow than it is today.
Amen to that. Well, this is my first one with the live with Kenny Martin. I'm going to get my progress report right after we sign off here. Hopefully, it's good news. If you see me again on this one, it wasn't too bad. So, Kenny, thanks for joining us. Thanks for Ray Justice joining us, and also Rocky Lee, our first of many guests we'll have on here. But I don't know if we'll be able to top that moving forward. Anyway, thanks everyone for joining us. If you have any other questions or comments, just let us know in the comment section. We'll do our best to answer those, and make sure to let everybody, your friends, your neighbors, your family, know about the Christmas parade Saturday at 11, Christmas tree lighting at 4:30. The festivities begin at 3 o'clock. Ton of fun on Saturday. Weather's clearing out. And once again, be weather alert. Tune into your weather radio and your local media to get all the information you can on Friday night. We're praying that God looks over us once again and make sure that everybody makes it out safely. Kenny, thank you again. Appreciate it, my man.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.